Happy holidays, everybody! This is Gouf coming at you with two rated matches for this Christmas Eve. Both of these are going to be 350 cost matches in Underground Base, with this first match being in the Zaku 2 Dozle Zabi Custom, and the following match being in Makuve's Gouf. And for the paint schemes here, we are going to have both of these suits themed after Nutcrackers in celebration of the holiday season. Nutcrackers are my favorite Christmas decoration. I've always thought they looked really cool, and it surprised me that I never tried the Nutcracker theme a lot sooner with one of my holiday videos, but I think the time it took to get here really worked in favor of both of these color schemes because both of these suits wear the colors really well, mainly because of that gold trimming that you can put on each of them. For the Dozle Zaku, I went for a more traditional holiday red for it, and for Makuve's Gouf, I went with a darker blue for the main body based off a Nutcracker that I own. So, yeah, those are going to be the two matches we have today. The Dozle Zaku and the Makuve's Gouf are both really good low-cost suits. They are native to 300 and go up to 450 at level 4. And since both of these are going to be 350 cost rooms, these are going to be the level 2 versions that I'm using in each of these videos here. I'm going to start off with the Dozle Zaku, since that's the match we currently have going. And I don't think I have ever used the level 2 Dozle Zaku. I know I had it for quite a while, but compared to the Makuve's Gouf, I don't think I ever used this suit at this cost, and had a lot of fun using it. Both this and the Makuve's Gouf are really melee-oriented suits. The Dozle Zaku is a general type mobile suit. It does have melee priority of 3, meaning that you are able to overpower most generals and clash with most raids. And looking at the weapon kit you get here for your main primary range weapon, you do get the giant bazooka, pretty standard, reliable rocket launcher instant stun there. I still really wish the Dozle Zaku could use a Zaku machine gun of some kind, since I think in other, like, Gundam media, the suit is typically used, or it's shown using a machine gun. I really wish it was just there as the option, but, yeah, only primary is going to be the giant bazooka, which, again, is a really good, reliable, instant stunning weapon for this cost. For your main melee weapon, you do have the Dozle Zabi Zaku 2 Large Heat Hawk. This is a really nice Heat Hawk. It has one melee swing, but no matter how you hit somebody, it is going to cause them to get instantly knocked over. And being a more melee-oriented general, you are going to be doing a lot of damage on a straight downswing, especially to raid-type mobile suits. As you can see there, to the Easy 8 did over 4,000 damage with a straight downswing. And, let's see, currently in the neutral, but gonna go in for the Punchy Fist, which is going to be a weapon we'll talk about here in a bit. Moving to the sub-weapons, you do have the Cracker Enhanced ×2. This is a pair of hand grenades, which are really nice hand grenades on the Dozle Zaku here. For being a more melee-based suit, these grenades have some really nice range power to them, and like most grenades, they are really good for doing the typical grenade things if you need to throw them at somebody who is behind a building, or if you're waiting for your rocket launcher to reload, you can use that as a, range option there. And again, for being a more melee-based suit, I've always thought the Dozle Zaku has really nice grenades when it comes to their damage output. And for your final sub-weapon here, you are going to have the Blow Enhanced Type 3. That is going to be your Punchy Fist there. You do get 2 melee swings with this, and if you hit somebody with a neutral or a side swing, it will cause them to heavy stagger, which is really good if you want to try and create an opening to use your Heat Hawk. So yeah, really nice with the melee weapons there. And you do have more melee potential. You get a lot of good comboing with this suit, but we'll see some more here when we get to the skills. So for your skills, you do have Leg Shock Absorber level 1, where the level does change depending on the level of the suit. The same thing does go for Quick Boost, which starts at level 1 and switches depending on the suit. I think it's actually going to be for a lot of skills on here, actually. They really do enhance a lot of them depending on the suit's level. But you also get Anti-Blast Stabilizer, High Performance Balancer, High Spec AMBAC Level 2, you do get Maneuver Armor, you get Melee Combo Controller, you get Offense System, you get Spike Tackle, which starts at level 1, but for the level 2 here, we do get the level 2 version of the skill. And Spike Tackle is another really good thing on this suit because you can go from your axe to the punching down swing into the tackle and get a really nice melee damage combo out of it. You do get thruster output increase at level 1, which just starts at level 2. Then you get reaction booster program level 1, which starts at the level 3 version of the suit. So yeah, really nice set of skills here. You don't have a dodge roll of any kind, but given what this suit already has, I think that's a pretty reasonable trade-off. I don't think this suit really needs a dodge roll with everything else they gave it. Again, you get a reliable Instant Stun with the Giant Bazooka, you get the Heat Hawk that can instantly knock people over, you got the Fist that can cause heavy staggers with neutral and side swings, and a really nice pair of grenades. So yeah, Dozle Zaku still a really nice general unit. Again, and you also get that melee priority of 3. So yeah, lots of really good things here with the Dozle Zaku. Still a reliable melee-based general, still one that I see pretty often, even occasionally at higher costs. I know when the suit came out, it was very common to see at the higher costs. I don't think that's really as common as it was back initially, but sometimes I think I still see this suit kind of going about. But yeah, just a really nice general overall. I don't really have too much else to say about the Dozle Zaku in terms of its performance. And kind of going back to the color scheme here, yeah, the red, white, and black with the gold trim just looks really nice on this suit. The colors just really apply to the suit really well. A lot better than I was expecting initially, too. So, again, really glad with the way the color schemes came out for both of these suits. We'll see the Mikube's Gouf here after the end of this match. Right now, trying to stop the enemy team from bombing our base. Unfortunately, I think they do get the base bomb, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because they did take out the pilot who was going to disable it. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to stop that little stalking stuffer there. It's going to be the end of our base, but I think, you know, we end up pulling enough points ahead to where we are able to, you know, kind of take the lead here. Something I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, too, is that this match here was very chaotic, especially at the beginning. Yeah, there was like a lot going on at the beginning of this match with the Dozle Zaku, which is one of the reasons I wanted to keep it. It was just a very chaotic introduction. As you can see right now, our whole team is kind of like piling on each other, trying to get the last points we need to pull ahead. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the timer here. Let's see how we did here with the Dozle Zaku at level 2. Mission complete, and let's look at our stats here. And yeah, top assist, top damage, and top in diversions. Going to be beating my rival. And yeah, first place with 4 kills and 3 loss. Really good match there in the Dozle Zabi Zaku. And then we got a material crate as well, got some recycle tickets, and yeah, that's going to be the end of the first match there in the Dozle Zaku, which is going to lead us to Mikube's Gouf. And Mikube's Gouf, as I mentioned, is another melee-based mobile suit here. And for the Mikube's Gouf, it is a raid. Similarly to the Dozle Zaku, it is native to 300 and goes up to 450. And the Mikube's Gouf here has some very interesting kind of like aspects to it. Aside from the fact that I accidentally hit my teammate with the heat rod there and completely whiffed on the Zaku flipper there. But yeah, you do get some really interesting things with the Mikube's Gouf here. As you can probably already notice, we have more of a Gan melee pattern with the heat sword, but I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. The Mikube's Gouf, it is a raid type mobile suit. One of the already interesting things about it is that you do get a melee priority of 2 instead of the typical melee priority of 3. This does mean that you will clash with most generals, and most raids will be able to overpower you in terms of melee. That is something you'll see later on in this match that I kind of forget about. I think I forgot what suit the enemy team has this match. They have something with melee priority 3. I believe it might be a high-speed Dom, and I tried to melee them, hoping to get the, yeah, I think it's going to be the high-speed Dom there. I tried to melee them, thinking that we would be able to clash at least, but nope, since the high-speed Dom does have a melee priority of 3, it does overpower me here in the Makuve's Gouf. But for the weapons here, I keep really getting off track here. For the weapons here, you do have the Makuve's Gouf Finger Vulcan, really nice Finger Vulcan, you know, really quick at getting an accumulation. You have that Makuve's Gouf Heat Sword, which again has that more Gian-based melee pattern, so it's able to do a lot of damage with multiple attacks. You have the Makuve's Gouf Finger Vulcan Discharge, which is a kind of pretty much a sub-weapon for the Finger Vulcan, where it fires a barrage of bullets, and it's another reliable weapon, nice thing to have to use in between your other weapons, and it also does some really good damage too. You have the Makuve's Gouf Heat Rod, which has a pretty similar melee pattern to the standard Gouf Heat Rod until we get to the downswing here. Unlike the regular Gouf, which has a standard downswing, this one has, not standard, but a single downswing. The Makuve's Gouf gets that double swing, and you have the Makuve's Gouf Shield. And looking at the skills here, you do get Assault Boost to level 2, High Performance Balancer, Close Combat Program, Melee Combo Controller at level 1, so you do only get 2 melee swings with the Heat Sword. You have Melee Battle Optimizer, Force Injector level 1, Power Accelerator level 2, Shield Break Stance Mastery, Lake Shock Absorber, Anti-Blast Stabilizer, and you do get Anti-Stealth with this suit, which is very handy when you're dealing with the Thunderbolt ad guys. Yeah, those suits are still very common at low cost, and even with the Gun Cannon Aqua here, which I believe also has stealth, really nice to have anti-stealth for a suit like this. And yeah, on top of the interesting things I mentioned with like you only having melee priority of 2, you do also have 0 ballistic and 0 beam resistance with this suit, but they kind of balance it by giving you the same health as like the GOG, so like, it's one of those things, it's very interesting the way they went about like designing the Makuve's Gouf here. It just makes for a very interesting suit overall. And you do get the melee skills as well that make it so if you have a melee weapon out, you will move faster and you will be harder to stagger. So, again, some really interesting things here with the Makuve's Gouf. Just a very fun suit overall. And that's kind of the same thing I could say about the Dozle Zaku. They're both just really fun, melee-oriented suits with their own interesting gimmicks here. And, let's see, trying to use my Finger Vulcan to take out the Gouf Flight Test Type here. Gonna go in for the downswing. And, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, both of these suits are just really nice melee suits overall. Very nice for low cost. The only thing I don't like about Makuve's Gouf is the appearance. I still absolutely hate, like, the general appearance of Makuve's Gouf, especially the head shape. It's just always the head shape that just gets to me. I never like the way it looks. But that's more of a personal thing here. I'm not going to hold the head shape against the undoubtedly good performance of the Makuve's Gouf. It's just something I gotta bring up, like, every time I talk about the suit. I do not like that head design. But, yeah, other than that, both of these suits, really nice, and, you know, both of these are being at level 2 as well. Yeah, really hope we could see some more lower cost suits that are, you know, kind of like this, or they, like, start buffing some of the older lower cost suits. One of the suits I made a video on recently was the Desert Gym. I would really like to see the Desert Gym get some type of adjustment. I mean, obviously I don't think Desert Gym would ever be on the same level as the Dozle Zaku and Makuve's Gouf, especially since the suits have completely different playstyles, but yeah, I would really like to see some of the older lower cost suits get some type of adjustment and really bring them into the spotlight a little, because really when it comes to low cost, it's, as I mentioned earlier, it's just kind of primarily dominated by the Thunderbolt ad guys. This is going to be the section here where I thought I had melee priority of 3, but nope, got neutral downswung by the high-speed dom there. So yeah, again, just something to remember with the Mikuve's Gouf. You do only have that melee priority of 2. You're not going to be able to clash with a lot of suits, or at least a lot of raids. And that's also kind of one of the funny things too, is that the Dozle Zaku also has that melee priority of 3, so that suit can overpower the Mikuve's Gouf. But, I mean, overall I think it's a pretty good balance, because, like I said, you do get a lot of melee damage. Or at least you can get a lot of melee damage out of the Mikuve's Gouf if you're able to get in with the Heat Sword and the Heat Rod. So, in terms of melee, this suit just has a lot of raw potential. Once again, going for the Gouf flight type here, the Finger Vulcan is really nice for trying to knock that suit out of the air. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get up and reach them, so going to end up falling in the water here, but looks like I did get them a bit lower on health. Going to focus on the high-speed dom here, try to get them. And yeah, as you can see, having that double swing on the Heat Rod is really good for getting around like corners and obstacles. Really good for like setting up melee there. As you can see, going to get another downswing there. I'm going to stop that high-speed dom in their tracks. And right now, just kind of looking for a target to go after. There is the Gouf flight test type. And they are low on health, so I'm going to try to finish them off if I can. Which, yep, if I can get the knockdown, go for the neutral, and that's going to be the end of the Gouf flight test type there. There is the high-speed dom again. Unfortunately, not going to miss. I am going to miss the Heat Rod there, and unfortunately couldn't get the counter either, but did get an assist there for finishing him off with the help of a teammate. So that's going to be timeout, mission over, and let's see how we did with this second match here, using the Mikuve's Gouf. And yep, mission complete. And yep, top and assist, top damage, and top diversions. Going to be praising the Zaku 2 F2 there, and then also going to be praising the ad guy because they sent me a praise. And yeah, first place overall. Again, really good match there. This one with the Mikuve's Gouf. So yeah, that's really all I have for the video here. Again, just both really good suits overall, and they both really look good in the Nutcracker themed color scheme. There's really a lot you can kind of do with these suits with that like trimming. You can kind of do some really interesting color schemes that a lot of other suits are not capable of really pulling off. Really makes me wish we'd see a few more suits that have the more ornamental markings on them. Because we do have these suits, and I know we also have the Gauze R and the Gauze L. I don't know if we have anything else that has the kind of trim, if you're excluding the, like, the sleeves units, because all the sleeves units, they do have, like, the markings on them as well, so wouldn't mind seeing a few more suits like this that have, like, the kind of markings on them, especially with sleeve suits. There's still a lot of, like, mobile suits from, like, the sleeves in particular we can kind of get variants of. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video here. Comment down below what you think about the Dozle Zaku or the Mikuve's Gouf. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with that, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.